Coming out.
Oh, there's the reservoir. Alright, I hope you liked my weird, moody edit of the 10 res race. As you may have noticed, I didn't film the end. I was unfortunately in a state of physical and mental disrepair on crossing the finish line and for most of the last 10k, so there's not really any footage. There's no footage after that last clip. That was the last time I was feeling human enough to turn the camera on. I don't want my experience of this year's race to put anybody off. It was pretty abnormal weather, and the event is a really good event. It's just very cheap for what's on offer, and it's a good route, and the people who run the event are great people. So it's one I'd like to support in whatever way I can. I volunteered with some of the setup this year and whatnot, so I'm quite biased towards crag runner events, but that's because they're good. They're a good group of people, and I really like what they put on. Saturday was completely miserable though, on pretty much every level. I would like to say a huge thank you to my friend Harriet, who stayed with me for I think the last 11 kilometers. I was incredibly grateful for that. I don't know if I would have, I don't know what state I would have been in if she hadn't stayed with me, I think. So I will pay that forward at some point. A huge thank you to the volunteer at the club hut at the end who went and got me a sugary coffee while I was crying into my pie, and thank you to the nice lady who gave me some paracetamol. Probably because of all the whimpering and crying that was going on. So a huge thank you to those people. Various people on the route as well that I just didn't get anybody's names, or I can't remember anybody's names. There was a lady who I was with for a good chunk over the section between Black Hill and Hay Edge. I didn't get her name, but she was lovely and seemed all right for me to just sort of run with her while I was not in a really good place. My head was in a bit of a mess at that point of the race as well. And then there was a lady, oh no, I can't remember your name, waited with me at Crowden, and we tried to get a little group of us to go up Laddo Rocks together so we could kind of motivate each other. And we stayed together for a little bit, but ultimately she kept going because my leg was just getting worse and I was slowing down more and more. But she was with me for a bit, so I was very appreciative of that, but unfortunately I've completely forgotten your name. So if you see this, I'm really, really sorry. Learned a lot from the experience. So my legs started seizing up around 16k in, which is obviously not a good time for that to happen in a 42-kilometre race. And there were a lot of reasons for that. I did not handle my taper particularly well. Some of the reason for that was because I think I overreached a bit too much in the peak phase of my training for this. So when I started my taper, I was mentally done. I was devoid of motivation. Trying to get myself to do the runs, any of the runs in my taper, was a huge mental effort. And I did no mobility work through the taper, and I neglected doing any basic strength work at all in the second week of the taper, and I didn't do my last 2 easy runs because I'd run out of fucks to give, basically. I just wanted the race to happen and then to not have to think about running for 3 weeks. That's all I could think about. So I didn't do my last 2 runs, and I think that was basically the nail in the coffin in terms of my legs seizing up. I'm one of those people who has to keep things ticking over. If I don't keep moving, there's a tendon in my knee that just locks up if I don't keep it moving. So even if I'm doing like a little short run in the days leading up to a big race, that tends to just mean that my knee doesn't seize up. But it did, because I didn't do those things, and that's partially why I was so slow in the second half of the race. I just couldn't really run. It was a horrible, pathetic shuffle for a lot of it, but it's what it is. I got round, which is an improvement on last year, so I'm just going to take that away from it. Managed to, survive. I am pretty traumatised still, but physically I'm feeling fine. Been for a couple of tiny runs this week so far, and my knee feels okay. So it's just all data to take forward. I know I've got a better idea now of what kind of mileage level messes me up mentally. So I'm probably just not going to push it as high over the next couple of years. I might just top out at like 80 kilometres a week if I'm peaking for something, rather than trying to go beyond that. Because I clearly don't cope very well with it. This is a completely unstructured ramble, and I'm probably going to leave it here because I don't have that much else to say. I just wanted to get across how hard it was for everybody out there. Everybody was slow, or slower than they usually are for the same kind of event and the same kind of terrain. So it affected everybody. We're all kind of slogging through it together, I think. Character building. Sorry, this is so unstructured. I've been trying to find the mental space to make this video all week, and I just haven't. I couldn't even be bothered to lift the footage off the GoPro until today. So it's been, yeah. Mentally, I'm still recovering from it, I think, and I will be for a while. It was rough. And we pay to do these things. Thank you for watching. I don't know when the next video is going to be. My head's just a bit all over the place at the minute. There's quite a lot of other stuff going on. So it'll happen when it happens. And I don't know what the content is going to be. So I don't know. Keep an eye out for something mysterious happening at some point in the future. And I'll catch you next time.